Well, hi, how's it going, my friends? Hello, Blade and Mecca. Happy Friday. Is my mic plugged in? Yes, it is. Okay. I had a nightmare last night that I did my whole stream without my mic attached to anything. Hi, Kiwi. Hi, Miss Vaporeon. Please send us $1,000. Sincerely, the bank. God. It was so much fun. I'm having so much fun today. It's a real thrill. And you know, it really, at the end of the day, it was someone's fault who isn't mine, believe it or not. I had a financial guy that I work with. He was the one who was transferring the money from the other bank account to this one, because the other account is a special type of account. And so I had told him, please transfer it into my checkings account. And he is the one who put it into my savings account. So that's why the money didn't go to the right place. It's fine. I mailed him and was like, hi, hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. You made a little mistake. Signed Bank of Gimme Gold. So real. Anyway, I hope y'all had wonderful Thanksgivings or just a nice day off. I had a very nice one. We've been trying to contact you about your burger's extended slain warranty. Blade, you're mad with power. Blade redeemed edit stream title. Okay, let's go ahead and go into the stream manager, and we're gonna edit stream info. Your burger's extended slain warranty. Oh my god. Okay, I need to make sure I get the lettering right on this. We've been trying to contact you about your burger's extended slain warranty. We've been trying to contact you about your burger's extended slain warranty. Perfect. It's beautiful. It's right. It feels correct. Thank you, Blade. You made a little oopsie whoopsie, says Kiwi. Mad with slain. Vap evening, Toby. How are you? I feel the power. So as you can see, I've been working on this beautiful burger drawing. I'm making good progress here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put you guys on my other monitor. I hope you're nice and comfortable over on the other monitor. I hope you feel cozy. Let me know if I can get you anything. The evening. Doing good at Thanksgiving today with my family. Ooh, the rare Friday Thanksgiving. How was it? Did you eat good stuff? We had a remarkably good spread at our Thanksgiving this year. Like, it's always good, you know, but this year I feel like people really pulled out all the stops. One of the turkeys was like a smoked turkey, and then someone made like a smoked mac and cheese too. There were just like a lot of very like rich, intense flavors. And Clay made his curry mashed potatoes, which were a huge hit. What else did I eat? My mom made like an orange cranberry sauce that was really good. Wow, the Automod didn't like that term. That is a interesting choice, Automod. So cozy over here, says Toby. It was nice, yeah. Did anyone else do second Thanksgiving from leftovers? I did, Kiwi, says Blade. We tried sour cream pie crust recipe on the pies and they turned out so good. Ooh, that sounds great. Turkey was the best this year, says Blade. Hip hip hooray. Yeah, a good turkey can make or break the whole thing. Green bean casserole was killer this year. Just a delightful spread. Let me know if the music is too loud, by the way. I'm trying to drown my stress and sorrows in cheerful little tunes. We'll see if it works. Oh, man. I can't get over that guy asking me if I had any Black Friday shopping that I did. He looked so sad after he said it. He just had this look on his face like, oh my god, I fucked everything up. I've ruined everything. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of leaves coming in around the edges here, like those big tropical, like monstera looking leaves with the holes in them, and kind of like banana and palm looking leaves, because it's supposed to be like deep under the jungle canopy. So I'm gonna do the leaves in like dark blues and purples. But first I want to adjust this background a little bit so it's darker around the edges and lighter inside. So I'm going over with an additional layer of teal here to just kind of give a little bit of like a nice transition from the outer edges inward. There we go. Same thing around the other side here. You can tell I'm frazzled today because I didn't even make a social media post about my stream. Only the true believers will come to the stream today. The people who knew it was happening without any external input. That's you guys. By the way, I'm going to be having a Cyber Monday or like, you know, Cyber Weekend sale, whatever you call it, in my shop. So if you're looking to do some Christmas shopping, I will be rolling that out. Okay, there we go. Now it's sort of a nice gradient rippling inward towards the subject. Very nice. Let me catch up here. This is the recipe, sour cream pie crust. Flour, sour cream, butter, salt, and sugar. Ooh. Just clean hands and a large bowl. That's all you need in life. This does look good though. Sour cream can be a wonderful addition to so many recipes. Automod truly makes things worse than they are. Super buttery and tender, easier to work with regular pie crust because it doesn't need to stay super cool. Yeah, exactly. It has more moisture so it doesn't break as much. That's really good. Hi Echo, how are you? Good morning. Yay for breakfast. Friday giving was really nice overall. We made pies on Wednesday. I had a nice chill Tuesday in between and big family day. The burger looks so nice even with my 160p stream quality. Oh boy. Please send me the screenshot. What if I just want to do me shopping? That's true. If you want to, it could be Christmas shopping just for you. We're getting into that time of year where like you have to be careful buying stuff for yourself online just in case someone else was going to get that thing for you. I really ticked off my old roommate Holly the other year when I bought that big Rowlet plush at Target. And she was like, I was literally going to buy that for you. Alright, let's see. Oh, Toby, that's so crunchy. How is your internet like that? Like, what are the circumstances of your internet being so bad? How does this happen to a person? Is it just like the quality that's available in your city or what? Because that's really bad. It's like amazingly poor. That sure is 160 individual pixels, is kiwi. Yeah. While I'm waiting for those layers to dry, I'm gonna give this little bird some more little bits of feathers. I almost said fur. It's basically fur. They're very whiskery little guys. I'll do a couple on the back of the head here. Yeah, now he looks nice and fuzzy. Do some down here as well. Using my tiny little brush. Just a little bit of texture on the body in general. There we go. This apartment complex has free Wi-Fi. Well, yeah, but at what cost? In every other building in the complex, this is achieved by every apartment having a place to set up a router. The stuff you need past the router is what's shared. Normal. Okay. That's odd. I don't think I've ever heard of an apartment complex that has free Wi-Fi. So in this building, for some goddamn reason, they instead have a shared Wi-Fi router for the entire building? That's nothing. That's not how that's done. Is there, I mean, okay, like, is it just like a financial thing that you don't want to like get your own Wi-Fi set up, or is it literally impossible to get your own Wi-Fi set up? A shared router for the entire building? Is everyone else in the building just like geriatric? I have so many questions. 4 apartments full of grad students and people who work from home. They shouldn't do that. They should at least get a second router set up. Yeah, that's really bad. This would explain a lot of the issues we had with the playtesting quality. I'm finally coming to understand. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more work on the spirit hands to kind of give each finger its own sense of volume. Thumb a little bit as well. I'm putting a little bit of green into this blue so that it stands out a little better because the background is going to have a lot of blues in it. So I want this to look like a very visually distinct blue, if nothing else. My friend got a karaoke machine that we're going to be celebrating his birthday this weekend, and we often have gone out to karaoke, but I think this is an effort to switch our karaokeing attempts to being at home, so it's cheaper and easier. And this karaoke machine works pretty well, but the issue is that we were testing it out last night over Thanksgiving. The issue is that the words on the screen are a little bit slower than they should be. So everyone is like half a beat behind consistently, and like our singing didn't sound amazing to begin with, but now, oh boy, it's gone pretty bad. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this. We're having people come over to our place tomorrow night to break in the karaoke machine and celebrate the birthday, and thankfully we are not super close to our neighbors because they do not want to hear our bad singing. Or maybe they do. Never say never. Let me catch up here. Toby says, it's possible I'm just being cheap, but let me know my cheapness is at a break. Let me tell you my cheapness is at a breaking point. I don't know why I said I know. But let me know my cheapness is at a breaking point. I'll let you know, bud. It's at a breaking point. Toby says, I talked to the office, like, hey, how do I set up my own internet? Because it's fucking untenable in here. And they were like, oh, before you do that, let us check the system. It should be able to handle 4 apartments worth of people all doing stuff at once. We promise it's really good Wi-Fi. I don't think that's possible. Are they just assuming that none of you happen to like download or play online games or stream or anything? Never forget the mac and cheese incident. What incident? I've forgotten. Kiwi says, speaking about spirit hands, a Quee bard should be able to cast viscous mockery. Okay, I think that was supposed to be vicious mockery. I really like the phrase viscous mockery. Do you know that item, the Ring of the Grammarian? I believe it's a homebrew item, but it's a very popular one. Oh wait, it does say vicious. Is that how you spell vicious? Am I being stupid? Oh my god, is that really how you spell vicious? But yeah, anyway, the Ring of the Grammarian is an item that lets you change one letter, or like add or subtract one letter from a spell. So you could change the spell Vicious Mockery to Viscous Mockery. Vicious. I'm trying to, I can't even look it up. It keeps giving me results for viscous. V-I-S-C-I-O-U-S? Oh my gosh. Vicious. V-I-S-C-I-O-U-S. That's a crazy spelling. Viscous mockery is hilarious. I can't even fathom what that would do. Anyway, you did spell it right. I don't know why I thought that vicious was spelled differently. Checked the system, it was having some sort of issue. Yeah, no kidding, Toby. Berber, says Flareon. I don't know if they ever resolved that. Better for a bit, got bad again. Maybe I need to bother them again. It sounds like it. If I bother them again and they're like, oh, it should be fine, I'll shrimply buy internet from whatever provider is not the one they're using. I really think you should, because that's bad. For real? We don't talk about the incident. Not since the incident. Roommate says she doesn't have much trouble, but I don't know if she watches any live streams. It really struggles with Twitch and the like. Teams calls I gotta do for work. Viscous mockery be like, get slimed, idiot. Viscous mockery is hilarious. Bullboard? Vicious. Fighty viscous. Sticky. The Gen 4 music that plays to Glacian and Leafy on Mac and Cheese video is playing. Oh, I forgot about that video. That's such a good video. Oh my god. Toby, try running an internet speed test. I'm curious what your numbers are. Just like going to that website, I think it's just called Internet Speed Test, and then you could know exactly what your speed is. Mac and cheese is also viscous. Sometimes it's not, though. Sometimes it's a little more crunchy. Do you guys like your mac and cheese like baked, or do you want it to be the really gooey, like viscous type? Speaking of viscosity. No one has ever said speaking of viscosity before. Good idea, thumbs up emoji. Good, mac and cheese is viscous. It can be crunchy too, like Toby's internet. Yeah, I do. I prefer a, how would you put it? I prefer a blend. I want it to have the crunchy, like, hard oven-baked cheese on top, and then inside I want it to be super, like, silky cheese. That, to me, is ideal. The mac and cheese that we had yesterday that was, like, partly smoked was made with pepper jack also, so it had, like, a little bit of a kick to it. So good. I love pepper jack cheese so much. Where do you guys fall on pepper jack? Yay or nay? Talking about cheese is cheering me up. Okay, so I'm going to mix up a purple that is closer to indigo than true purple. I'm going to add a good amount of blue to it because I don't want like a nice warm purple in the background that sort of draws attention away from the burger. Also, hi Masamune and Flareon. I don't think I properly greeted you guys. Welcome back. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of leaves here in the kind of a background here. And I'm just going to paint like the area around the leaves more than anything else. The leaves themselves, I'm going to let them be the color of purple that I've already painted. Put the little lines on there to show the vein, or whatever that middle part of the leaf is called. And then down here at the bottom, it's going to be like mostly kind of dark. There we go. Something like that. And then the foliage will kind of come up and around here. And I'm going to use the paper towel to soften up the edge so that it's not such a blunt transition into the palm branches. I like the gooey craft mac and cheese type and baked mac and cheese as different foods. Yeah, they definitely are quite different. The slain burger? But no, think about it. Slain is the bone on both sides. When I get my hands on you, Blade, it's over. Toby says, according to the speedtest.com, my download speed is 176.20. My upload speed is 2119. Let me look up what normal numbers are. That's not even bad numbers as such. That's not bad, Toby, says Kiwi. Okay. I'm gonna see what mine is like when I'm running a stream. Let's go ahead and run a speed test. Okay. So just for your sort of comparison, when I'm actively streaming, and Clay is also using the computer right now, my download is 796.6 and my upload is 105.2. So there definitely is a reason that yours is performing the way that it is. Rule of thumb is 10 upload speed per person in this apartment building with 4 apartments in it. If that's not the case, how about this? Leaves the patty. I've had vegetarian burgers before that having Slain as the patty wouldn't be that different from it, you know? Holy hell, Pep's got that gig a bit. Well, I live in Southern California and both of my roommates are gamers, and Whimsicott really likes watching streams, so we have the good internet. And I think we have decent hardware as well. Though honestly, I'm pretty checked out from the whole thing. I just count on the boys to take care of it. Basically just one of those things where like we couldn't have it be so that every time I was streaming the whole house's internet tanked. So okay, get the leaves kind of blocked in on this side. Don't need anything too fancy. Good. Love it, love it, love it, love it. That was not the response I expected, says Blade. I gotta give me that gamer Wi-Fi. I just imagined Du Bois' meme of Spider-Man villains, but it's Victini and Whimsicott. I like about what's happening is that once in a while, someone else in the complex is doing something internet intensive once in a while. That's why sometimes my internet decides to coat itself in molasses and imitate a snail. I bet you're right, yeah, because all it would take is one other person, like, playing an intense online game or, like, uploading files to their Google Drive. Like, when I upload videos to my Google Drive, it definitely slows things down a little in the house. Well, I mean, if you have the cash to do so, it definitely sounds like investing in some better internet might be worth your time, because that sounds pretty rough. Okay, let's mix up some nice blue and blurple, bluish blurblish. Start putting some beautiful plants. I'm looking very hard because I know I put the pencil lines in for this before, but they're very hard to see now. Something like this, I think. I'm at least in the right ballpark. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so then each leaf will be sort of gently blocked in with the same color. And the stem should have some thickness as well. I should have made the point where the leaves attach to the stem a little thicker, but you know, this is just a background element. It doesn't need to be that fancy. Could be more impressionistic. Yeah, that's nice. That looks like a leaf. I see that and I go, I know that guy. It's leaves. Let's see. Checking the email history of the complex. They also said they were going to replace some components. Wonder if they've done that yet. Probably worth getting separate internet either way, because, you know, I do internet for a job, build websites. Yeah, I think that's why I'm bugging you about it. I feel like you're a guy who uses the internet a lot for someone who has such bad internet quality. I just want you to live a better life, you know? I feel like you deserve it. If you were like a pretty offline person, I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but you're an internet boy. You're an e-boy. No, that's a different thing, sorry. It's like a berg of leaves in here. Yeah, welcome to Leafberg. the kiwis. Okay, this one is going to be a little bit more canted out towards the camera so you can actually see the shape of the leaves on the opposite side. It's so hard to go around to the super thin beak here. Curse you, kiwi birds, and your complicated beaks. There we go. Okay, something like that. And then we'll just fill in each leaf all the way with this indigo color. And there we are. I had a wonderful younger sibling moment today. I felt so vindicated. My older brother always makes fun of me for shopping at the grocery store that I shop at because he thinks it's like a store for old people. Even though for some reason, I mean, it's the grocery store we grew up shopping at with my mom, so I don't know where he got this notion, but he has this notion, so he's always making fun of me. He thinks it's cute that I shop there. And today, I was at the grocery store, and you'll never guess who I saw. It was my brother trying to buy discount sunscreen. And I really pulled a bit of a faux pas because it was right in front of like the cashier and the bagger and stuff. I like said out loud, I was like, oh, you're always making fun of me for shopping here, but look who's shopping here now, like you're old or something like that. And all the people working there just kind of looked at me like, what is that supposed to mean? Because I don't think that shopping at this grocery store is a weird thing to do. I shop there all the time, but I probably shouldn't have delivered it that way in front of all the people who work there. Just saw his beautiful bald head from across the store and was like, hold the phone. Who's old and wrinkly now? Okay, there's another frond. Another frond bites the dust. And another one frond, and another one frond. Another frond bites the dust. Let me catch up here. Oh snap, good news. I just turned the stream quality from auto to 480p and it's at least handling that alright. Oh hey, that's good. Perhaps the issue was just not just my internet, but also Twitch looking at my internet and saying, stinky. Yeah, Twitch said you can't handle my streams. The leaf shapes in the background are so nice, very stylish. Thank you very much. Get him. Auto makes things worse sometimes because it automatically adjusts anytime it thinks it can handle the quality from what I've read anyway. Look at you shopping in this crusty ass store. Yeah, it's basically like the way I said what I said. Well, now they have a new weird customer story to tell and it's not even something making their lives hard. True, true. Behold, serviceable Twitch stream quality. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. That looks a-okay. Mushroomberg is looking so pretty. Hi, Fish. Thank you so much. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you have a good time? Stream seller, sell me your strongest streams. My streams are only for the very strongest of gamers, and you are among the very weakest. I know, right? Traveler, you can't handle my strongest streams. God, falling apart. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, these leaves are very, very satisfying to paint. It's a very mellow process. I think the ones that are a little farther back, I'm just gonna put in like complete blue. So to show that they're like not right up against the camera, basically. I'm leaving a lot of room for his little eyebrow. Working in blue is nice too here because it's such a cool pale color. It's like pretty far away and like won't obscure the kiwi's face at all. Won't like draw attention away from it. And then I wanted to do another one like here. just kind of a subtle pale blue, just sinking right into the background. More suggesting the idea of foliage than really rendering each little bit of it. So your brain just kind of fills in the blanks. Put a nice sharp tip on that leaf. Nice. I'll put another one back over here. Carefully going around all the little details from Borger. It's been so fun to paint food. I don't know how many opportunities I've had to do like a really detailed kind of a menu item like this, for lack of a better word. I've enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Okay, I'm gonna catch up here. Kiwi says, Traveler, you can't handle my strongest streams. Oh, is this Fox the new race? Yeah, this is the Dwalas. It's based off of the Dole, the red dog. My painting of it wasn't super representative of how they look, because I'm not very good at painting those. I can upload an image of the like actual official race art for these guys into the server though. That would be helpful. Yeah, let me go grab that. These guys are so sick. I love these guys so much. Okay, so I just put in the server, this is like their base form when they're like happy, passionate, crazy, outgoing guys. And then they have an explodey form. Let me go grab the explodey form. I just got it today from my illustrator. They have a one-time use ability where they can explode and burn all of their fur off, and it gives them like a huge one-time boost in battle. So it's kind of like a, you know, don't use this without thinking about it type thing. I'll go ahead and put that in the chat if I can find it. Where you go? There it is. Here he is exploding. Don't worry, he'll be fine. And then afterwards, they completely change into a different sub-race that is like a hairless dog. I'll also need to find that image. It's somewhere around here. Here it is. I just love these illustrations so much. Send. Okay, they're all in the server. Y'all should be able to see if you're curious. Let me catch up here. Daisy girl. Oh, those eyes. Is that a bug plushie? He says I had a good Thanksgiving, had to work for 6 hours, boo, but after me and my in-laws went to a little local diner for Thanksgiving this year, I went to their house and had lots of treats. Oh, that sounds lovely. Mother-in-law loves to make things happy, so here's the treat selection. Whoa, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, she really dolled it up. You've got candy, you've got butter cookies, you have bonbons. Oh, you have like healthy snacks, little charcuterie. This is lovely. What a nice lady. It's an Anomalocaris. I don't know what that is. They're extinct? Rude. Nice. Puppy. Carbon Dog Earthbound, whatever that game was released, colorized. Daisy making a very strange little face. Oh, she really is. These illustrations are so good though, says Kiwi. Aren't they so good? They're from an artist named Barsook. I'll put her Twitter in the chat. She was a very last minute addition to this project. But I've been so lucky to be able to work with her. There we go. I put a link in there, and I'll put a link over here too. Barsook means badger in Russian. I learned that. Okay, let's get back to painting. That might be like almost enough for these leaves. I think I'll put just a little hint of more leaves, like back around here, but it doesn't need to be very detailed, just kind of like a little bit like that. giving this loose sense of more foliage. But it doesn't need to be that detailed. Just all pointing inward is the important part. Yeah, nice. That looks cute. Lighten that one up. And now that we kind of have a sense of what the final values will be for this piece, I can work more on finishing rendering the kiwi and the border. Very stylish foliage for sure, says Toby. Why, thank y'all. I feel like I'm getting better at doing plants. That's definitely been an objective of mine. Because this book is so planty. I kind of feel like I have to. I can't afford to continue being mid at plants. Okay, let's do the texture on the board that the burger is on. I want to give it a wood grain pattern. I'm going to mix brown with this purple I'm using to get a really dark color. Add a little bit of red. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. Alright, so... wood grain is pretty simple to paint. Just kind of lines. All going in the same general direction. And we can do like some little bumps to give it some visual interest. But it's really not the subject of this piece in any way, so I won't fuss about it too much. Yeah. There we go. And the board is like a weird warped shape. I've since realized that, so I'll be fixing that in Photoshop later. I feel like I haven't made the turkey tail mushrooms as orange as I want. I keep adding more orange to them and then it just doesn't look orange enough. So I'm really gonna orange them up this time. I'm gonna mix like the most powerful tang colored orange I can and just kind of throw it on here. Yeah, that's helping. I just feel like orange is one of those colors, at least with this particular brand of watercolor, where like it looks very bright until it dries and then it really lightens up. Which could be frustrating. It's the same thing with black watercolor. It often looks super dark and rich, and then it dries, and you're like, that's great. Okay, that looks orangier anyway. And then for this like bottom burger bun, the BBB, I'm gonna add a little bit more magenta so that it matches the top better. I think that looks good. And then onions, I want to have a little bit of a darker edge to them. They got a little messed up in the process of rendering, so we'll just revisit that. They ended up being more attention grabbing than I really intended them to be, so I might as well make them look good. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Let me catch up here. Another highlight of today was I got to see my aunt's cats for the first time since they were half-grown kittens. Aww, a black and white long-haired brother and sister. Do they look like pie? That sounds adorable. Vibrating for a new game I pre-ordered on the 5th, and BMFF. Ooh, what's the game? They're very cute, but family gatherings generally make them skittish. I could just say hi from a distance though. Yeah, that's how cats are. They hate the holidays. Feach says, my work handling the half day was such a mess, Lamau. Oh no. For context of this story, the building closed at 11:30. First 30-minute break time is 10:30. Shift starts work at 5:30. I was told in the morning my shift, the 12-hour one, still gets their paid 15-minute break that we normally get. Then we were told, actually no breaks at all today. Then, 10 minutes before the normal 30-minute break time, we were told, actually turns out we legally have to give your shift a break. Yeah! What, did they not know that? They should know labor laws. Even I know that. Jeez. Those dumbasses. Blade says, I forgot I had a survey I did for a friend. The friend paid me back for that. It was their college work with a $10 eShop card. Roller Coaster Tycoon on Switch. Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. Hi, Philip. I'm being upstaged by these attention-grabbing onions. Story of your life, isn't it? Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Philip? Attention-grabbing onions would be a good band name. It really would. That's the thing with onions. They never know when to, like, let you breathe, you know? They're always just, like, stealing the show. It's like, come on, man. Give me a break. Okay, so this kiwi, I need to put a little more shading on his, like, tummy area below the tray. I think that would be helpful. I want it to be more purple than that. That's not quite purple enough. Okay, so I'll grab some of my blue, some of my magenta, make a quick purple. A quirple. Yeah, that's better. And that'll make the little spirit hand down here stand out a little more, too. Oh yeah, that's like a really nice contrast. And the spirit hand will have its like own lighting effects and stuff once I get to the white ink stage. I'm gonna do a little bit of this on his face as well so that it's easy to sort of connect the two parts of his body and understand that they are all part of one beautiful kiwi. There we go. Nice. And then lighten up the edges on that shading. Looking good. Yeah, this is coming out pretty nice considering its last minute nature. Let me catch up here. Fish says, my company has historically not known their labor laws well. They're a really big company. That's so embarrassing. Brings a tear to your eyes as Toby. Hi Riley, how are you? Did you have a good travel? Did you make it to Toronto safe? Hi Riley. I'm in Japan and there's no Thanksgiving here, says Philip. Apparently last Saturday was Labor Thanksgiving though. Oh, interesting. I have not heard of that. I didn't know you were going to be in Japan for that long. I thought it was like a shorter trip. I guess you're enjoying it then? Is this your first time there? I feel like it is, but I don't remember. I know that some American holidays are observed in Japan, at least a little bit, but yeah, of course Thanksgiving would not be one of those. That makes sense. I'm gonna give his beak a little extra shading here. Yeah, that looks cute. Feach says, I know one guy was able to sue because HR tried to prevent him from seeing a doctor after breaking his arm at work. Oh my god! That's really bad, dude! Yeah, that's severely bad. Well, did you get your break? I'm scared to ask at this point. I hope you got your break. Those losers. Okay, I need to do the shading on the white part of the eye. Because it's like eerily white right now, and it shouldn't be that white. There we go. Let's see. Riley says, my travel to Toronto made it great. I actually did a lot already. Oh, nice. So you didn't get delayed anywhere. They what? Says Toby. Oh, nice. Philip says, yeah, first time. Decided to stay for 3 months. I mean, you might as well, like, if you can. It's such an interesting place. I feel like a lot of people go to Japan for, like, a week thinking that they can kind of do more than they can do in a week, and then it's, like, so disappointing to have to go home. But it's quite a big and varied country. I'm glad you get to stay for that long. I'm hoping to go back in 2025, but that's a dream, not really a realistic plan. We've at least discussed it, my friend group. Alrighty. Just fixing some of these edges. Okay, so let's start working on the spirit hand. I want to make it more distinct from the background. Actually, you know what? Maybe the first thing to do would be to turn this thing sideways so I can get a better flow. And first I'm going to separate the edge of the beak from the spirit hand. So it's got like a really clean dividing line because the beak is before everything else. Did get, despite my best efforts, kind of messed up on the foliage, so that's unfortunate, but these things happen. I'll fix it in Photoshop. Features, I did get my break, thank goodness. Halloween at Tokyo Disneyland is fun because the costumes go crazy. I've seen pictures of that. I've heard it's extremely cool. I have friends who swear that Tokyo Disney is the best of all the Disney parks, and you're a park guy. What's your assessment on that? Would you agree, disagree? Hard to quantify. Canada feels a lot more like Boston in the general US North. It's very cold though, but I'm a trooper. Are you getting snow or is it just like frosty? A lot of Nick and Judy couples costumes. Oh my god, that's cute. Some coworkers were annoyed because we only got on work for 30 minutes after the break, but this officially wanted to sit down. I mean, taking your break is like a matter of principle, you know? Even if you only have a little bit of work left after that. And people fought hard to get the concept of a break in the US, so you might as well take it for the sake of the unionizers. The unionistas. Okay, there we go. A little bit of outlining on the hand. And then in the areas that are lighter, I'm going to put in some little like magic doobly-doos. Just, you know, magic dots. That's how you can tell it's magic, on account of all the dots. Yeah, something like that. That looks nice. Let's see. Any Kingdom Hearts cosplayers? I think so, says Philip. Cool. Blade says, need food but want something light. Maybe a single snack cake. Very frosty but no snow yet. Unionistas, we should roll with that. I don't know what that default dancing vap gif. It's so good, right? I love it so much. It's from the animator Blue Bandana Jake. He does really fun animations. This was a custom commission that Mecha Ninja got for me. It's so good. It's so character accurate and on model and everything. I've just been putting it in my stream overlays even when it doesn't make sense, just because I want to see her doing her little jig. Okay, so this spirit arm does come kind of down and around here, but it's not supposed to draw that much attention to itself. So I'm just going to give it a very light sort of outline here, like on the fingers, just so you can tell each finger has its own sort of positioning. Yeah, there we go. I think that's all it really needs, and then a couple of the little magic doodly-doos. The magic bubbles. There we are, looking good. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna catch up here. Fuchsias, do not worry, I will always take my break. I only use the restroom while on the clock. Good! Good for you! Philip says, Tokyo Disney Sea, their second park, is the most stunning park visually in the world. The Disneyland park, though, is mostly a copy of California, besides the Amazing Beauty and the Beast ride. Interesting. Okay, okay. Okay, then in that case, I want to go to Tokyo Disney Sea, because, like, I'm in it for the theming, you know? That's what I want to see. Good rides is great, but I just really like to see beautiful themed environments. Do they have a lot of animatronics? I'd like to see some good animatronics. I haven't seen the new Splash Mountain adjustment yet at the Anaheim Park. Heard good things about it, but I need to work on Mr. Man's little face here a little more. Give him a more distinct, like, mouth, but also, like, it has a tongue. It's not just random pinkness. Yeah, there we go. And I'll give him an eye shine in a minute too. Once the black layer I just added dries off a little bit. Boss makes a dollar, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. Exactly. Riley says, I would personally take joy in living in Toronto, not as an escape from the US, but a place to live in general. I don't know about the universities there, though. I don't know if I could farm my studio there either. I don't know anything about it. Here. Lots of animatronics. Oh, thank you for redeeming Hydrate. I shall. For the Unionistas. Stretch for the Unionistas. Wait, I want to look at the kiwi through the glass. Ooh, he's looking so good. Okay, I will also stretch. I'm sure most of you saw me talking in the chat yesterday about the 5K, but it was just so funny. Like, the night before I was so nervous. I was like, what if I can't do it? Like, do I have to stop? Will I have to walk? I just really stressing about it. And then, yeah, halfway through the race, my brother was like, yeah, no, the one that you're remembering was a 10K. And apparently this particular trot, this particular race, they no longer run their 10K because it wasn't actually a 10K, it was over a 10K, so they, like, lost their ability to call it a 10K. So I was just remembering a much more difficult run. It's just so funny to me. It was like, I would say that the run that I did yesterday was easy, not in that it was like effortless, but just because I was expecting such a more miserable time. By comparison to what I was remembering, it was easy. Still very difficult though. I'm pretty sore today, so there's that. I'm just gonna take it easy. I guess it really has been 5 years since I did that 10K, so in my brain I was like, yeah, it probably was a 5K. And I don't just like sit and yap with my brother that much, or else he probably would have reminded me sooner, but I just don't often get a chance because he's raising 2 babies, so it is what it is. Wobble wobble, like that filter they put on Tumblr posts sometimes. Riley says, in case you're wondering about a place to live in general, even if the US isn't going to be in crisis, I'd like to live in Toronto. It feels nice. That is if moving to Boston isn't an option. Oh, I love Boston though. In another life, I would want to live in Boston. Halfway through the race, you were done, says Kiwi. Oh no, I smeared his eye. Oh, I'm a fool. I'm a wretched fool. I won't be forgiven. I'm sorry, Kiwi bird. I will fix you. Don't worry. The doctors will save you. Okay, I just used a little bit of water. And I'm just gonna dab up the mistake. There we go. Okay, fixed. Phew. The kiwi waiter's eye, however, did not. No! The race survived fab. I want to live somewhere cool or cold with a nice city. Boston seems the best. Toronto would be a good place too. I imagine Toronto's cheaper than Boston, but I don't know. I have no evidence for that. Hi, Flair. How are you? Did you have a good holiday? What was I doing? Well, I guess now that his eye is all dried off, I could give it a shine. Aw, he looks so cute. My little kiwi guy. Okay, I want to give his little whiskers a shine. So I'm going to go in with the white ink pen on each little whisky and shine it up. This better be a veggie burger. It actually is. It's a mushroom burger. It's got mushroom cap, white sauce, lettuce, red onion, more mushrooms, and a mushroom bun. 100% vegetarian. Oh no, politics were brought up at the table. No! I thankfully escaped that. I was sitting with very friendly people who just wanted to talk about food. So that's a huge win in my book. Though, I mean, at my family's Thanksgiving, the politics usually doesn't come up. I think people are generally on best behavior, which is nice. Because it's always hosted by one couple in particular, and they work so hard to put it on. I think people just want to be, like, respectful of their effort. And, like, thank goodness, because that's not a given. Some people just don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, you're hosting? Cool. Oh, let me show up and ruin everything. What is this from? I really like this song, and I can never remember what it's from. I guess I should check. I'm the one running the music. Let's see what it says. Trauma Center, DS2, Gentle Breeze. Okay. That's really funny. Good old Trauma Center. Toby says, I'm thinking about places to live as well, saving up to eventually own a place of some nature. Luckily, working from home means I can work anywhere with a serviceable internet, but that also means the choices are so many. That's very true. Just somewhere with fast internet. The Thanksgiving rule broken. Flair says Red Hatter was complaining about the future tariffs while openly wearing a red hat. Oh no. Blade says, I had a weird moment at work last night. A friend showed up from another store who used to work in our store. She asked me to say I'm a furry and I'm proud of it for Instagram. She's super nice. I don't think she was doing something sus, but still. Puzzling behavior, to be sure. Leopards eating faces party. Kiwi says, Boston's really nice, just very expensive, but I like going just to hang out sometime. Yeah, it's just a cool place to be. It's very, very different from where I live, so very refreshing for me to be there. I always think I want to live in like a big city though, and I don't think I really would enjoy it that much. I like being near a big city. Having the option to go into a big city is very nice. That's kind of ideal about where I live now. I'm not like in the heart of San Diego, but I'm close enough to be like, I'm gonna go do fun things in San Diego. Let's see. Riley says, I don't get into politics if it isn't related to what's at hand. Yeah, it's like, no one is going to a Thanksgiving dinner with their family because they want to hear anyone's opinions on politics. No one's looking forward to that. It's just like, it's obvious, you know? People want to hear about the stuff that's going on in your life or your job or your family or whatever, and they want to enjoy the food, and it's just like, read the room, guys. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. I want to go over the gills on the bottom bun a little more. Let me pull up my refs for that. I feel like this could be done now, but I want to give it a little bit more zhuzhing up before I wrap it up. Let's see. Makes sense. Boston trip was awesome. Stuff like that makes me glad my parents didn't do Thanksgiving this year. My brother's smart enough not to bring them up. My sister, on the other hand, well, y'all know her. Yes, the broccoli queen. One of my, or was it cauliflower? Flair says, one of my aunts was complaining about her ex-husband started dating a femboy, which made me second guess if I could ever openly date another guy. Ugh. So frustrating. One of my in-laws are a couple who goes to pride parades with shirts saying free mom hug and free dad hug, so thankfully politics is brought up as not as stressful. Oh, that's sweet. I'll drop the upsetting stuff, says Flair. Anytime I go to Boston or New York City, though, I remember how awesome having a subway system is. God, real. Riley says, definitely not. Sure, knowing politics is good. Being devoted to it's bad for a lot of things, mental health especially. Sometimes you just gotta eat a meal and not think about it for a little bit, you know? Okay, so the gills is what I wanted to work on. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of white highlighting in one section over here to kind of make it pop, as they say. Maybe a little bit over here too. Just a little bit fanning out from the center. Yeah, I think that looks mushroomy enough to anyone who's familiar with a mushroom. And if not, they'll just think it's a weird bun. That's fine, that's not my problem. Let's see. Apparently she was going to go with her family to my parents from Florida again right now, but the youngest nephew I have got chickenpox. Ugh, chickenpox is the worst. I had it so bad when I was a kid. I'm sure I've told you all about that. I had the ultra pox. Still got scars from it. Though I understand it's not a given childhood experience to have it anymore because of the vaccine, so that's cool. Like Clay never had it because the vaccine came out right around the time he was born. Give his eyebrow and his pupil one more pass. Make them a little more defined. This little guy looks so happy. I'm happy with how his expression came out, because all the other times I've tried to draw these guys, they look a little, ferocious, perhaps, is a way to put it. I'm gonna darken up his mouth slightly, like down in the shadows here. Aww, he's so cute! I'm gonna pinch his little kiwi cheeks. I don't think they actually have cheeks. Pinch something. Catch up here. Claire says we were all drunk and we're not arguing in a serious way. Imagine a handful of alcoholics talking about politics while making Yo Mama jokes and Shrek jokes. Well, that sounds kind of awesome, actually. Toby says I wore a button-up shirt with dragons on it to Thanksgiving. I got complimented by older relatives, so that's nice. Oh, that is nice. I haven't watched a Shrek movie in so long, says Claire, except for Puss in Boots' Last Wish. Puss in Boots' Last Wish! Yes! The best movie of all time! Is Puss in Boots a Shrek movie, or is Shrek a Puss in Boots movie at this point? That's a great question. Almost watched Shrek yesterday, but literally as I was putting the disc in, a buddy of mine asked if we could virtually hang out and watch a thing I wanted to watch with her for months. Sorry, Shrek, you're second fiddle. You'd think, but we're getting diseases we haven't seen in decades because of anti-vax people. Yeah, exactly. Ugh. What a pain. I'm sure I've told you guys this before, but, you know, if you had chickenpox at any point in your life, you are then susceptible to shingles, because the chickenpox, the way I understand it, the chickenpox virus just kind of hangs out in your system, like latently, and it can rise up again as shingles. And my dad has had shingles, and because of the autoimmune medicine that I have to take, unfortunately, I am more susceptible to latent infections coming back up. So they gave me a vaccine for shingles, which is called Shingrix. Which I just think is just such a wonderful name. Shingrix. So good. So whimsical. But yeah, that's nice, because usually Shingrix is reserved for people who are like 60 and older, but because of my disease, I am considered 60 or older in the eyes of insurance. Yippee! You can get so much cheap and free medical care, and all you have to do is develop an illness. Don't try this at home, kids. Just trying to make sure the little bumpies on this mushroom are like 3D looking. I think they are. I think the little shadow does its job correctly. Alright, well I might call this done for now. It does need a fair bit of digital editing, but maybe I'll do Appealies. I feel like I'd never do Appealies on the stream anymore, because I do so much finishing stuff off camera. Let me just move this over so y'all can see the Appealies. me catch up here. This is the shirt. Oh, that shirt's so cute. I like those colors too. Those are great. Chickenpox is so bizarre, says Riley, making your skin polka dot red. It feels alien. Yeah, it's a very like cartoonish disease. Shingrix sounds like a Pokemon. Oh no, I hear the shingles vax is very uncomfortable though. Hot tips for extra medical care. Get a disease. Yeah, the vax wasn't great, but like the thing that where I'm at in my life, this sounds like I'm trying to flex, but it's not a weird flex, it's just reality. I have to do the self-injections every other week, so I'm just completely numbed out to needles. It just doesn't feel like anything to me anymore. I did have a pretty sore arm though after the vaccine, if that's what you're referring to. It wasn't the best. I didn't love it. It was like, it was medium. Let's see, I thought shingles was some kind of shin condition. Today I learned. Yeah, it's like a weird nerve and skin issue, I think. Chickenpox isn't the only disease that gives you polka dots. The bubonic plague also has early stages where it does that. Wow! Had my flu vaccine recently with no side effects occurring at all. It kind of felt strange, but who am I to complain? Wow, that's lucky. Peelies! Great job, says Riley. Thank you. Imagine the shingles vax is likely leagues more comfortable than shingles itself. Yes, 100%. Hi, Batcat, how are you? I like that peeled Jolteon. It's a very fun shirt. In fact, I got an old lady at my hand spinning class to try and hook me up with her grandkid. Hey, you're visibly queer and probably like D&D. Do you want my non-binary grandkid's number? Hell yeah. Riley says it's very cartoonish. I actually learned of it because of Arthur, the book specifically. Oh, that's funny. Toby, how do I acquire those powers? That's so funny. Let me just look this up. I want to know now what exactly shingles is. Okay, it's a rash caused by the varicella zoster virus, which is the same virus that causes chickenpox. It occurs when the virus reactivates in the body. So it's a rash with blisters. Oh, it can cause long-term nerve pain. How interesting. Let's go to the Mayo Clinic page here. Looks like a single stripe of blisters that wraps around the left or right side of your torso. Oh, that's so strange. Not life-threatening, but very painful. Causes sensitivity to touch. That's so interesting. Because the other thing that was interesting when I found out about this disease that I have is that they had to check me for tuberculosis, and they'll have to do so every year because that is also a disease that lies latent in your system. And if your immune system is weakened for whatever reason, it can come to life, essentially. It's kind of crazy. I think of it as a very old-timey disease, but it's still around. Dragon shirt. Yeah, you just get a dragon shirt, Kiwi. It's easy. I thought you were looking at a good old ladies to try and hook you up with their grandkids. We also require being airways because that makes romance get tossed to you by the universe for comedy reasons. The universe loves its hijinks. Good old consumption. Nod, nod. Alright, it's time for peelies. I have chunks on my leg. I don't have feeling it right now because of my surgery and it feels so weird. Oh, that's gotta feel so strange. Do you have like any sensation at all, or is it totally numb? Oh, that's a nice clean peel. I still have like a spot over my hip bone where I had the bone graft taken that the sensation is just like messed up. It's not exactly numb, but it feels wrong when I touch it. It like interprets the sensation wrongly. Peel, peel, peel. Y'all say dragon shirt, and I recall OG GameCube Animal Crossing when there was a shirt somehow called Dragon Suit, and when I saw it, I thought dragon mascot suit? That's so weird, but it wasn't a dragon suit? Why was it called that? Thanks for following, Eevee Pokemon. Oh, that's such a good peely. Oh, this picture came out so nice. I'm happy with it. This is good, this is good. It's simple, the bright, warm colors stand out in the middle the way I want them to. The burger is obviously the focus. Yeah, I think this is nice. I'm happy with this. Feech says, I can feel it being touched, but it's very numb. How interesting. No idea. When I got surgery for my ankle, some of my toes became numb. I feel more now, but it's all less touch. It's so weird how the nerves are sometimes like, they make a full recovery, and other times they're like, hey, screw you. I'm offline forever now. Heck yeah, it rules, Vaporoni. Thank you. Great job again. It looks so nice. Thank you very much, everybody. This stream really cheered me up. It was a challenging week, and that whole bank fiasco was very unpleasant today, so it feels good to have finished a painting that I'm happy with, and have chatted with y'all, and kind of gotten out of my head about the whole bank thing. It'll get sorted out. The money is still around, it's just not where it's supposed to be, but eventually it'll be where it's supposed to be. And the important thing is that my contractor got paid. Just gonna go over his beak a little more, make sure it's nice and clear. Yeah, sweet. All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. I think I'll probably wrap it up here for the day. It's been lovely chatting. I will see you all next Wednesday for more Taxi Cat. And don't forget to eat shit, gamers, as usual. The human body loves its hijinks. True. There's not immediate similarities beyond being burger images, but I keep thinking about that pixel art burger that got virtually restored in a YouTube video. What happened with the banks is Batcat. Just a very silly mix-up. I transferred money from a different account into my active account and then paid for stuff with it, but then my bank decided, never mind, we're gonna send that money back to the first bank account, so I overdrafted. That's the long and short of it. See you next time. Can I eat burger? Also raid. I don't think I'm gonna raid today. Next week, though. Next week I'll get back on my raid game. My raid Shadow Legends grind. Goodbye, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Love y'all. Ah, National Park. I love this song. Meow, meow, meow.